up with it?
What's up with it? It's your girl Jezzy Rose, and you are now tuned into the What's Tea podcast. My name is Jezzy Rose, and I am your host. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe from whatever platform you are listening or watching from. And without further ado, let's get straight into the tea.
I need to ask the tea. What is the tea?
Okay, the first story that I have here is about Rexy Roll. Now, I did find this out recently, but this has been news for some time. But it's about a 29-year-old woman, Rexy Roll, who runs the airline Western Air, as most people in the Bahamas know. And I just thought I would share a bit of her story just because it is inspirational. She is a black young woman at that, who runs a very important company, a very big company, what I would say. And I just thought her story was inspiring. I'll just read a little bit of the press release. It says, Freeport Grand Bahama Western Air names Sharika Rexy Roll as President, CEO, and Accountable Manager of Western Air, effective January 1st, 2024. Ms. Roll brings 15 plus years of airline experience and served as VP of Operations and General Counsel for the past 9 plus years. As an aviation and corporate attorney with a focus of airlines operations, she has led Western Air's fleet transition to turboprop to jets, launched various routes, spearheaded the opening of Western Air Freeport Passenger Terminal in 2015 and the reopening of the same this year after navigating the company through the challenges of Hurricane Dorian and COVID-19 pandemic. He also said that Rexy is deeply committed to the service we offer passengers. She is hands-on. For years, her role has been encompassing overseeing legal and regulatory affairs and the day-to-day operations of the airline. We know she will continue to work to enhance and develop the Western Air experience for passengers, Chairman Capsy Rule stated. So, like I said, I just wanted to bring light to this because it is inspiring. And like I also said, this is not a new story, but you guys can follow her on Instagram. The next story that we have here is about the dog that was unalived by the officer. Our news shared a report. It says Investigation Director of Department of Agriculture, Dr. Jason Stans, makes a statement in response to the viral video where a correctional officer is seen unaliving a dog on Friday, and the press release is right here. You guys can read it. So that's the official release that they sent. And like I said, this is an update. And then also the owner of the actual dog, whose property that it was on, also was able to talk to our news. So I will play the clip here for you.
A video of a correctional officer shooting a dog has gone viral overnight and has sparked mixed reactions from the public. The incident unfolded on Friday, where 4 correctional officers were seen walking along the Soldier Road area, with 3 having dogs. The owner of that dog, 92-year-old resident Duke Arrowstrong, says the decision to shoot his dog was uncalled for.
I didn't know anything about it until my wife came in and said, a couple of officers came to the door and said that they shot the dog because the dog was attacking their dog. But when I look at the video, it wasn't such a case. It was backing at the dog. No threat to the officers. But apparently this fella seemed to be trigger happy, not the dog. I want my dog back, and I can tell you that.
Okay, so as you listen to the clip, the dog is owned by someone, and it's just very unfortunate how this whole thing came about, because like I said in the last episode, it definitely was unnecessary, and the dog didn't seem to be coming at them or trying to, attack them in any way. But I am happy that, they're doing their due diligence to make sure that the situation is, taken care of, and they're not just letting it go under the rug. So I just feel like it's very important that people are speaking up, and Department of Agriculture and all that is getting involved just to deal with this, and hopefully we just don't have any more incidents like these. Okay, now our next and final story, which is a big story that has been going on for a while, is about the Marine officer accused of having an inappropriate relationship with a minor. So I will read some of the report. The first report comes from the official Nassau Guardian. It says the trial of a Royal Bahamas Defense Force Marine accused of having an illicit relationship with a child took a surprising twist when his accuser recounted her allegations on Wednesday. The next report comes from our news. They say that Von Miller, faces 5 counts of unlawful intercourse with a person under 14 for incidents that allegedly took place between September 2021 and March 9, 2023. The victim, now 16, alleged that she and Miller had daily hookups from she was 11 until they were caught on March 9th. Miller picked up the then 13-year-old from her mother's house while her grandmother was out. They went to the Grace Community Church where they linked up in his car. When Miller went to drop the teen home, her mother was already there and he pulled off. The mother followed them and called the police, who stopped the car near C.I. Gibson. Although the girl said she had a relationship with Miller, she couldn't legally give consent. Miller remains on bail as his trial continues before Justin Neal Brathwaite. Okay, so that was from our news. 242 in the know also reported on it. I will leave the report here. And it's just pretty much reiterations of the same thing. They also leaked the photo. But one thing that I found interesting, because when I was searching up and doing research on the story, I saw a report from 2023, and I'm not sure if it's the same case, but it says 27-year-old Royal Bahamas Defense Force Marine accused of abusing a minor was granted bail on Tuesday. Justice Jeannie Reach Gomez set bail for $9,900 for Von Miller, who was charged with 5 counts of unlawful intercourse. Miller was remanded to prison last Monday following his initial appearance before a magistrate. Now, like I said, this report was made in 2023. It's now 2026. So my question is if this is another child, why is that person able to be released? And if it is the same child, like, why hasn't that information been brought back, to the surface? Because when like I said, doing my little investigation, when I searched for this case and I was doing my research, this is what I found. But the whole situation is unfortunate, and everybody knows for years, stuff like this has been going on. It's not the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. One of the things that is common in situations like this is, of course, they always blame the minor. They always blame the child, but she was 11 years old when this started. So, and in any case where it's a minor involved, you do not blame the minor. I don't care how much it seems like they were willing to do it and interested to do it, or whatever the case may be, they, under law, are not legal to consent. So no matter what, like I say, I don't agree with it and I don't stand with it. Fortunately, the person is caught, but now I see that the victim is recanting her statements, and I just hope that she's not being coerced in some way or shape or form. Then also it is a question of how, because they say every day from 2021 to 2023, how is it possible for this person to consistently be doing that every day? Like, what is the home life like where her parents, where, like, what is going on? So a lot of that also should be investigated, and they should, give us some kind of insight into that, because that's not normal. And we also need to know, how was that possible? So it's a lot of questions in this case that I don't feel like there are clear answers to, and it just makes me completely skeptical. But hey, and yeah, that's mostly what I have to say. I do hope that this case doesn't get swept under the rug, because it does seem like 3 years ago there was another report, and it makes me question how many reports are there. But I hope, like, they really fight to see why she recounted her statements and really fight to investigate this whole situation properly. We do have an issue in the Bahamas, like, when, especially it's one of their own, like in the corrections departments, they tend to cover up or sweep things under the rug. You pay someone a fee and it just goes whatever. But I really hope that they fight for this case and really fight for this young girl. But I will keep you guys updated with this case. Hopefully they do bring out new updates, but I will be following it. And yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. So thank you guys so much for listening and watching, and most importantly, supporting. I do appreciate it. And I will see you guys in the next episode.